make a quick video for everybody is I found a bug in blueprints that is fairly significant and thought worth mentioning. So you can see here, I've got 5 different setups. This one's got materials flowing, this one's got materials flowing, and this one's got materials flowing. These two do not. The only difference between these 3, so these 5 I should say, these first 3 are all blueprints. Blueprint, 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 not blueprint, not blueprint. This first blueprint here, each one of these lifts was attached directly to the machine before being pointed out this direction, right? So get a machine, take a lift, connect it, point it where you want it, done. That's how this blueprint was built here. Delete that. This blueprint was built with mergers placed and then the lifts connected from the merger to the machine, but at the same spot as these are. You can see right here. If you look down this thing, it's dead straight, right through there. So the only difference between this blueprint and this blueprint is this one I put mergers and connected these lifts from the merger to the machine. And you can see it is not working. So let me just show you what I want to talk about there. Go here, get your merger, get your lift, oops, put it in the right spot, turn it around, done. This setup is literally no different than this setup right here. Only this one, the lift was connected to the machine first. This one was connected from, and it could be a splitter, it could be a merger to the machine. That's what this blueprint is here. It's done in a blueprint. Delete this real quick. This one is sunken in lifts, which still connecting, and they turn blue and they click whenever you do them, but also these were connected with the same method, this one where I ran a merger and then the lift, which is the only way you can sync these things in, literally. Like this little difference right here to get it, you know, tighter into this machine can only be done by putting like a lift, like a merger or splitter, and then tying them in this way. So not working. This one is working. This one is not a blueprint. I built this outside the, just grabbed a similar, I grabbed the lifts and built them, right? And this one was built without syncing, but this was also built with the merger method. Instead of running the lift from the machine to straight out, I put a merger and then connected the merger to the machine. And this one is flowing completely fine. I mean, obviously, the rubber ran out. So let's put the rubber back in there. You can watch it go in, but these are running perfectly fine, right? Just built outside the blueprint. You can see that this rubber is going to go in, no problem. This one, same deal, built outside of a blueprint, just normally on the concrete foundation, sunken in. You can see here. So I had to put a merger, you know. I had to do this number, connect the lift into the machine, which is this setup is the same exact setup as this one right here, which this is a blueprint, not a blueprint. The non-blueprint, let me grab this rubber. So non-blueprint version, working, running freely. Blueprint version, not working. Blueprint version, not working. When you connect from a merger or splitter into the machine. Now going from machine out, working. So this has some fairly, this needs to be, let's relabel this. Blueprint built lifts from machine. So this has some fairly significant implications. And the reason I'm kind of going through all this is in my playthrough, I was trying to fire up my petroleum coke blueprint to stress test it before I started getting going into the this for my power plant, right? I need petroleum coke, and I pumped oil into it and nothing, just wouldn't work. And what I figured out was the polymer resin was backing up in the refinery. And let me show you over here. So this is, I'm in a test world, right? But this is, I brought these blueprints in from my playthrough. So this right here is my original turbo fuel blueprint. Okay. One big blueprint, whole thing. As you can see, I'm pumping oil into it, and I got polymer resin backup, big time. It's not going anywhere. Come down here and look. I did one of these sunken connections for this lift, meaning I put the merger or splitter, I can't remember which one I used, in a certain location to connect this lift into this machine, but sunk it in because I wanted the extra room. I didn't need the extra room, but I wanted the extra room. So this connection isn't working in this from this blueprint. Now, if I tried to make this connection outside of the blueprint, which we can test here in a second, I'm just going to show you these real quick. And then I have the same issue with these lifts here for the blender for the turbo fuel, this for the sulfur and the petroleum coke. I sunk these in to give me a little bit more wiggle room here, right? Not necessary, but I did it. They're not going into the machine. So I rebuilt this blueprint. Go around here. And instead of having this sunken, connected it from the machine first, just flipped it out, reconnected the belt. Same thing with the lifts for the input of sulfur and petroleum coke into the blender here. I just connected them to the machine first, up, and then back out, right? That's this blueprint. And as you can see, actually, come over. Probably need to flush some of this stuff. I didn't put big enough buffers. As you can see, no polymer backup. Running freely. No backup here. Sulfur, petroleum coke, both getting in. Turbo fuel coming out. Works perfectly. Broken, not broken, simply by connecting to the machine first. But this is only when you're using blueprints. So let's just check this real quick. So we were talking about this one. Let's just throw this over here. Actually, there's one oil. Yeah, let's use this one right here. Actually, let's give us a flat area to use. Let's steal this again. Okay. So we got oil input. We should have put a buffer. a storage. To make this super easy. I put this the right way. Got it backwards. Help if we put it the right way. At least y'all can see the creative messes. Yes, this is what we want. And let's grab logistics Mark II pipe. Alright, so what we wanted to show was, actually, let's take this off. So, like I showed you in the blueprint that's over here, the broken one right here. I have that lift sunken in, and it wasn't able to kick anything out. So let's do the same exact thing. There. If I connect to here. See how that connects? Actually, that one's not even as far over. Let's do like exactly like we had it. So I had there. Okay, see how this connects in? Makes the, listen. Picking, turns blue, done. So if I am correct, since this was built outside of a blueprint, this will work. Let's test it. It's a highly likely probability that this isn't going to work, and I'll have the egg on my face, but I've tested it a couple times, so it should work. Let's throw a pump on here. Get this thing flowing. Oh, it's already flowing. Okay, so we should have, yep. Oh, let me slow these down. Okay, look. Polymer resin coming out. This is completely sunken in. Right here. Exactly the same. As this one. Not working. Working. So, anyway, hopefully this is helpful. I don't know if there is a fix, when there will be a fix, but it's fairly significant if you're a person that uses a lot of blueprints and does that sort of method of connection, right? Again, I showed on this one, as long as you're connecting to the machine first in the blueprint, it doesn't matter. It'll still work. But if you're going from a merger or a splitter, programmable splitter, smart splitter, whatever you want, into the machine, whether it's normal, which this one's normal, or sunken like this one, they will not work. Outside of the machine, outside of the blueprints, they work perfectly fine. So now my task is I need to go through, I've got to rebuild a whole bunch of these in my playthrough. And I need to go back to my starter factory and see if this is a bug that is just recent and not affecting old parts of my build, because this setup right here, I used a ton in my starter factory. And if my starter, and I haven't been back over there in probably, I don't know, 30 hours worth of build time. That whole factory could just be completely inoperable at this point. So, leave some comments below if y'all have experienced some similar things, or if you've got some thoughts on if I'm doing something wrong, and maybe I can kind of rework it where it works through a blueprint. But fairly certain it's broken. Anyway, if y'all wouldn't mind, like and subscribe this, it would greatly help me. And have a great day.